Rise from the grave. Zero the hater Voorhees.
And Jamie, the kick your fucking ass Myers. Back for that fucking ass horror from the grave.
Directly to the point. I like that.
Yep.
Alright, so again, Friday the 13th Part 2. Actually, we don't even know if it's going to be Friday the 13th Part 2, because one of the speculatories is that it may be a new Friday the 13th remake.
Yeah.
It might go like this. Ignore the Platinum Dunes version. Here's a new Friday the 13th. Or it may have something to do with that whole winter concept that everyone's been talking about. So either Jason Reborn is a new remake, or it's a new set, if you will, for him. You know, personally, if you want a Friday the 13th done right, or John Carl Buechler,
Or John Carpenter.
or John Carpenter, fuck, even Wes Craven. But here's what we do know. Friday the 13th has been released from Platinum Goons. However, they still got a little bit of their fat fucking hands in the cookie jar. Friday the 13th is no longer New Line Cinema.
No.
That's it.
No longer.
Jason now belongs to Warner Brothers.
Batman.
Animaniacs.
Bugs Bunny.
And other things that are Warner Brothers.
Froghorn Leghorn. Oh, that
I
ass.
say, son, with that hockey mask running around with a machete chopping people up. That's not right. So, you know, this is the first icon that has jumped 3 major studios. It's never been done before. Paramount, New Line, now Warner Brothers.
It was done today.
So, is Warner Brothers going to relaunch the franchise with their own version of a remake, or is it going to be Friday the 13th in winter? And is it going to be Friday the 13th 2 to sequelize the Platinum Dunes Friday the 13th? A lot of questions, not a lot of answers.
Not a lot of answers.
This is all speculatory.
Oh,
So I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Jason in winter? How is that going to work? What would make that work? Let's remember, Friday the 13th started and carried out all the way up until Jason Takes Manhattan. No, not even Jason Takes Manhattan. All the way up to the New Blood as a summer slaughterfest, if you will. A summer camp story.
It was summer in...
All the counselors got killed in the summer.
It was summer in Manhattan.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Looked a little cold to be summer with the overcast in the mountains. And the lake that leads to a fucking dock. When I'd never seen a river on Friday the 13th, not once ever.
Yeah, well.
But, you know, what do I know? So, the thing that always amazed me about Friday the 13th was there should have been scientists studying how the fucking lake kept changing. Changing shape, changing size. There's mountains, there's no mountains. This is a geological nightmare going on Friday the 13th. But, again, that's me just over-analyzing everything, which I tend to do. But, so what do you guys think in this winter thing? How could that work? When Friday the 13th has always been summer, how is it going to work as winter?
I don't think it's going to work.
I don't think so either. Like I was telling Jamie, the only way I can think of it working is you don't have the typical teen victims. And I swear to God, if I see this shit on screen, I'm coming after whoever fucking stole it from me, and I'm going to beat you with the business end of a fucking turkey bone. I swear to God, it will happen. And you're like, what happened to him? Oh, he was beaten to death by some psychotic fucking horror fan with a turkey leg.
Oh,
I ain't afraid to go back to prison. But here's the thing. This is the only way I could see it working is some kind of task force going into Crystal Lake to capture and or kill Jason. Because if you remember in the remake, there was all those missing posters, and that old lady from Texas Chainsaw Massacre says, he just wants to be left alone. So do we. You know, and, you know, his sister was missing, and they were talking about lots of people go missing around these parts. So what if they get, like, some FBI task force thing, kind of like Jason Goes to Hell. Kind of like that. And their job is to go, and it takes place a few months after the end of the remake. Yeah. That's the only way I can see it working. Yeah. And then Jason's killing these fucking machine gun toting task force fucking Fed boys. That's the only way I can see it working is, and you're breaking, I mean, if you're going to break the mold of Friday the 13th, you might as well go for it. I mean, if you're going to take it out of summer and put it in winter, take the stupid teenagers and everyone out of it and have it as a real fucking paramilitary task force that goes in, and then Jason just starts bumping these motherfuckers off. Kind of like a cross between Rambo, First Blood Part 2, when all the Russians and Vietnamese are looking for him and he like comes alive out of the mud and starts killing motherfuckers and shit like that. Yeah. I mean, we know he's good with a bow, so why not? Why not fucking, you know what? Take the hockey mask and put a red fucking bandana around it. Why not? I mean, you're going to have him wearing a Michael Myers jacket now because it's going to be so fucking cold. I mean, if you're gonna go for it, go for it. I mean, make it nuts, make it crazy shit.
We're gonna just go nuts with this.
You know what I mean? Nuts, butter stuff, butter nuts, butter stuff.
Nuts for that ass.
I mean, what? Nuts on that ass. I mean, I'm just picturing nuts on butts now. Just sitting there like some kind of centerpiece at a Christmas dinner. What is that? That's nuts on butts. Cracker? You know? I'm going to do that now. I'm going to make some kind of cracker dip and I'm going to have it as a butt. And then I'm going to put walnuts on the motherfucker and be like, what is that? That's nuts on butts. Cracker? You know?
Oh, I can't even handle this.
What was the thing we were saying today about Platinum Dunes? Like we were sitting there, we were saying it was that one thing we were gonna tell. What's it? It was something about no, not the Brazilian. The one where it's like
queef.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, queef breath or something like that. I don't remember.
A pussy talking. All I hear is a pussy talking.
Yeah, that's the one Scott said. I hear lips flapping, but it sounds like a pussy. Anyway. So, what do you think of Friday the 13th? How could it work in winter?
Oh, I've been racking my brain since this was a rumor 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's no way it's going to work.
There's a skit we did, if you look back in our archives, if you will, and it says interview with Jason or something like that, and it's me all dressed up in winter gear with a hockey mask on and a little hanky hanging off the machete. It's funny shit. We're actually going to do it again, but this time we're going to wait till it actually snows and have Jason on a toboggan or an inflatable tire just cutting people up going downhill, you know. When Jason bites into a peppermint patty, he gets the sensation of skiing through the trees. Whoosh, whoosh. So, I don't know. That might happen. Anyway, I just thought I'd ramble about Friday the 13th Part 2 in winter. What do you guys think? How is it going to work? Can it work? And
I don't know, man.
I just don't... How can you be a sneaky killer when you got the sound of snow crunching under your feet? Mark? Mark, is that you? I mean... And the number one thing people say, but the blood hitting the snow will look bad. No, it won't. It'll look like a Slurpee. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just under the impression that...
It'll look like a little girl in a pink dress.
Slipping a hot dog through a donut. Or using crackers on butt nut. Butt nut dip.
Butt nut dip.
So that's pretty much that. We're going to get on to some killer questions for those asses.
For your ass.
Man's excited.
Lick my plate, dog dick.